setting us up for this Bellew of the Week this week. It's the man himself, the heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
Тайсон Фьюри в говнище, бедняга. Еле-еле передвигается. Здоровый тип. Блин, его тачку не садят. Блядь.
They wanted to go rejected, man. Look how many of them wanted in that taxi. Look like fucking 10 of them wanted into that car. He put me on the boot.
He's got a resume fighting taxi drivers to rival AJ now. You didn't know Charles Martin is driving the taxi, by the way.
An Uber.
Oh, good old Tyson enjoying himself on holiday. Why not, I say, Andy, why not? What about this one then? Sky Sports Boxing, Fraser Clark. I want to be the next Johnny Nelson. Another person who clearly has never seen Johnny Nelson fight.
Well,
Dream it, believe it at Sky Sports. Yeah, dream it sounds about right.
Fraser Clark wants to cure insomnia by the sounds of it, man. Fuck me.
That is one thing next Johnny Nelson.
That's a statement I thought I'd never read, Steve. I want to be the next Johnny Nelson. Ooh.
Does he mean like as a Sky pundit?
Yeah,
because he's on the right track by the sounds of it.
or maybe it means he wants to become a company man. I don't know.
Oh fucking hell, the next Johnny Nelson, man. What are you dreaming nights like this, Steve?
The historical revisionism over Nelson's career is just off the scales, man. I mean, he was a decent fighter, like, don't get me wrong, but some of them fights, we sat through them WBO title defenses against Marco Heinechin and who else was he? Vincenzo Pettitori and
the Guillermo Jones fight, mate, when he refused to engage.
Yeah,
I forget, was it that fight or was it his first world title
De
fight?
Leon as well, wasn't it?
Carlos De Leon. No, wasn't that? It was Carlos De Leon. That's the one, mate. That was the worst world title fight I had seen up to that. It was fucking horrific.
Rudiger Mai in Germany on ITV4.
I've seen Mass Graves fucking looking better than that fight, man. Jesus Christ, it was awful.
Johnny Nelson.
Well, you never know. If Johnny comes back, he might be trained by this guy. Boxer Size Ben. They've fished out his old Twitter account. Personal training deals available. Contact me. Target Fitness. He's turned the Performance Centre into the Ben Davison Performance Centre. And don't worry, guys, we've got a third one coming up. He's at the British Hair Clinic. The British Hair Clinic said, we've recommended professional boxing coach Ben Davidson a course of PRP treatment. Ben has recently been concerned about a thinning crown area. Spencer Oliver liked the tweet.
Explains why he's been fucking using chip pine grease to get that hair slicked back, eh?
That's it. I tell you, it's the picture tells 1,000 words. No wonder your man has rubber gloves on, fucking going through his hair. Fucking hell.
I don't know why these people think they're above doing a comb over like Edward James Olmos and Stand and Deliver.
Ken something? I didn't want to hear anybody slag off anybody else about how they look. If you've got to go and get fucking hair plugs, Botox, or any of that shit, or a facelift to make yourself look presentable for some fucking reason, that shows you how unoriginal that you are. So I'd rather be fucking bald. I'd rather be how I fucking look rather than look like that fucking twat.
You look like you had leukemia since you were 15.
That's because I didn't get much sun up here. That's why you got to fucking pay tax on that shit. But as I'm saying, at least I'm fully original, right? I just take it as it comes. That cunt can't. He's got to use fucking Botox, hair plugs to look presentable. That tells you a man who's insecure about himself. Me,
well, then let's hope in the future he looks presentable.
Aye, for the court appearance.
Stick back. Ready for the crown jury, Mr. Ben Davidson. Here we are. Leave him alone. Tony doing his best to try and stay off TV.
How did they find him in that fucking riot was going on the pitch? How did they find him?
He just wanted to get safe to home to his wife and kids, not off punching back.
I'll tell you what happened. Suddenly saw him run across the field to attack. Poor fucking whatever his name was, and then fucking dragged him off the field. Anthony, we need to speak to you. I almost laughed. I almost cried. Oh my god, man.
They like him.
Good old Tony. He's got a double nomination. The reply is B has dropped one in on Tony. Bellew was calling Canelo a drug cheat and demanding he'd be banned from the sport for life a couple of years ago. Now he rims into high heaven because he works for DAZN, yet has the nerve to call people fickle. Call in, B. Call in.
Oh, but just chucking his scorecard there for last night on that Boazzi fight.
Yeah.
What a
It should
fucking
be a double.
outrage.
It should be a doubles and trebles. Shout out to Smitho. Treble left hook from fucking Anthony Bellew there, Josh Kelly style. 7-zip he had. Fucking 7-zip. Yeah, Buatsi up after 7. Fucking hell.
Well, I think it was 8-zip, actually. It's funny you should mention that.
Jesus.
Gerard said Bellew himself should be right up there for giving Buatsi the first 8 rounds. Richards might have want to stay at home. Fight still going, we'll see. I have Buatsi up, but I'm not scoring officially. Thankfully, Andy, neither was Tone.
Yeah. Anthony should have stayed at home last night, to be honest with you. But that's what he does, though, isn't it? He's just he's always bigging up the house fighter these days. Then he's Johnny Nelson bit say that he's doing it for the Zone rather than Sky. Tell you what, mates, he was 8 rounds up on my card, mates. Aye, fuck aye.
He's having a great time. He's the bomber.
The thing is, though, mate, we haven't fought professionals, so we're allowed in the
We don't
opinion.
know. What do we know?
we're not-
Exactly, we
what
know fuck all, mate.
do we know? About as much as the fat lad himself, Frank Smith. Matt Trim would have been the best place for Ben Whittaker. Frank Smith on Sky Boxer signing. I actually agree with this, Rob. Why would you want to fight on Sky when you could be on the DAZN app? I think Frank's
Why is
talking
he-
a bit of sense.
Why is Frankie Smith morphing into Ben Davison here, by the way?
He's got his hair done.
Look, the Zone are a global platform, Steve. They're a global platform, and they're showing Katie Taylor versus Serrano at Croke Park and Canelo versus Triple G 3. So get a life for you for saying that about the Zone.
There'll be no fights for you. There will if Eddie keeps doing the matchmaking.
Literally no fights for you, by the way.
There'll be literally no fights left.
Absolutely none. I mean, look at this, man. It says it all when Eddie, evening to you, Edward, is fucking saying we might bring Bivol to the UK for fucking Joshua Boazzi, man. I mean, that is the depths that he's at just now to try and get fucking fights made for the UK public for his wee shitty app. Because Bean, Uncle Adam, is doing pretty well, you know. And praise be to Ben Shalom, good looking guy that he is. You know?
Great, I'm great.
Yeah.
All our nice kids.
There he is.
Look at him there.
Eddie could have pulled that look off, man.
Bet you Leonard Ellerby likes Ben Shalom, doesn't he?
Adam Smith does. Adam Smith likes because he's like my younger brother. In fact, he could even be my son.
Did you all see Sam Watson's fantastic tie last night on the PBC broadcast?
No, but he's a funny fucker, actually. I was listening to an old interview he did with Charlo last week at some party that he did. I think it was Charlo's birthday as well after the fight. He's quite a cool guy, actually, by the sounds of him.
Oh, he's a nice guy, Sam. He's a nice guy. Much like Dave Allen himself. No Aussie this week to celebrate this one. Looking like a fat as a pig Michelin man.
Fucking hell, man. He's fucking... What is it the flip-flops, is that?
I don't know.
I tell you, he needs to get that weeding done as well, man. That's a disgraceful background. Get the weeding sorted out. Fucking hell, man.
I had to move closer to the computer. I thought that was an image of a 13-year-old Khabib wrestling a bear again.
Not opposed to a bit of bear wrestling, I'd say, Dave Allen.
Isaac Lowe got nominated by quite a few people. He sent out a message loud and clear to the rest of the division. I moved down to Super Bampton. Next, fight him, Frank Warren. Romanian Gypsy again. Get English Gypsy.
Super Bampton.
What the
Tell you what,
fuck?
Only a thesaurus can know what he's talking about, by the way, innit?
Does that mean he's want to fight Carl Frampton? I don't understand.
Super Bampton.
Is that why I don't understand what he's saying? Is he speaking Romani?
I don't know what he's talking, to be honest, but it's funny. He's a good lad, is Isaac. Yeah,
He's still
shows
fucking
him.
reeling for that knockout that he
I
goes.
think so, yeah. He thought he'd be spelling right now.
Nick Ball, that's his name. Nick Ball, it was.
Carissa the Groat Shield said, haha, Savannah Marshall blocked me on Instagram. Rent free, motherfucker, rent free. Savannah said, why would I block you? I love nothing more than watching you bounce about in clothing that's cutting you in half and daft wigs doing TikToks.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Shots
Shot-
fired.
That's the sharpest
you
counter
respond to
Savannah
that?
Marshall has ever thrown.
Oh, dear me.
Hey Rob, what was the name of the things that you said? I was like, oh fuck, I dropped the ball out there. Where you mentioned how the fucking the rolls in her hair. What was it called? Baby rolls. What do you call them?
Baby hair. She
Baby
has,
hair.
the baby hair.
I was like,
front.
what the? I wasn't aware of that.
Baby hair
So-
curls. Yeah, you don't know. You're not up with the fucking. You need to get yourself on TikTok, Andy.
Mate, yeah, I'm trying to keep my daughter off that thing. I didn't want to go on to that fucking TikTok.
No, it's the dead of iniquity, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Right for the brain. Danny Young throwing in a fiver here. Danny Young, he said £5 for Dave Allen's next kebab.
You might want to throw another fucking surcharge on that one, Danny.
Exactly. Have you seen that gut by that's a double kebab.
You know, before inflation, you would have been able to get a kebab and chips. It's rough shit.
Oh yeah.
I'd be curry sauce on top of it.
Times are changing. For the Ebbs herself, what on earth? Here she is pictured with another lovely young lady. But we're going to focus in on this gentleman over onto the right-hand side, Romeo L. Jenkins, who threw in a message. He said, I would love to get to know you and support you in any way possible. And if you could you could give me a call or a text. My name is Romeo, and I mean, it'll be good to support a young lady like yourself, get to know you, maybe be in your corner. I mean, you'll be amazed. I don't know how about that things I do for lady sports, perseverance, ambition, blah, blah, blah. But he takes it up a level here in the second message. He said, all is missing is a nice romantic cruise to Italy with dinner with orchestra, soft soothing music and dinner with wine, caviar, steak, escargot, a nice relaxing soothing bubble bath dip in the ocean, relaxing nice full body massage, the works. I'm your guy. Romeo.
Romero. Right, Romeo.
We're far out there.
Fucking Christ.
Talking about thirsty, eh? Fucking hell, man.
That's picturing that's setting it quite the scene, isn't it? You can fucking picture they're on the gondolas with fucking Ebony, two fucking bottles of Pinot in her fucking Nessun Dorma playing in the background, and her just going, "You see the Phoenix, man? I got a Ferrari, really? I got a Ferrari."
Frankly, I think that's gonna.
Halfway through the meal, she asked if Leeds United actually beat the relegation.
I kind of feel like that's going to end with Ebbs jumping overboard and just swimming for it.
Or somehow she's ending up overboard either way.
Here's one thing to kill the mood, Andy, for Ebbs and Romeo. This fella turns up.
Yes. I said to Rob actually, I said, I bet you any money. I don't know what this young guy's name is. What was his name again? Dusty. I bet you Dusty is actually his dad's name, and his dad told him, "Listen, son, be my wingman. Go in there and get that fucking picture, and your name's Dusty, just for 2 minutes, son. Just do me this solid, okay? Go in." I'm like, you dirty old pervert. That's what it's going to be, man, isn't it?
Look in the background there, man. Look at the shocking attitude towards fire safety. Covering up the fire hose access with the sign there. That's pointed out.
It says something really corny, like, be you, be yourself, mate.
Be real.
Be you, be real. Fuck off, man, will you?
I've got the Phoenix. You know what the Phoenix stands for?
It's for art, man. I got the Phoenix for art.
Good old Ebbs. Next one here, Vicky Graville nominated the WBA. They are set to give each their top Super 6 lightweight contenders 15 minutes to tell them why they should fight for the vacant WBA world title. Alberto Puello, who is the mandatory, has to fight alongside Barroso, Davis, Martin, Prograis and Akhmedov to make their case.
I think that's a pretty solid one, to be fair. Like, I mean, imagine that. Like, it's like going for a fucking interview, eh? Tell me your strong points and what's your weaknesses to deserve this fight. Well, you know, I'm O'Hara Davis. I got smashed up off Josh Taylor. My two noses couldn't breathe. So, you know, I deserve another chance. Ismael Barroso, I got smashed up off Anthony Crawler. I look like death on the scales. But yeah, I deserve another chance. Which is Prograis. I've no fought for many years. I fight trash in the last 2 years. But yeah, I deserve another chance. Sandor Martin, did he not beat Mikey Garcia? I think that's when he beat Mikey Garcia. So geek to him. He's got the fucking top one.
My 15 minutes would go like this. Yeah, I have pictures of you getting a hand job from a ladyboy in a Panama City bar 2 years ago.
Well, what about the likes of Akhmedov? Their case could probably be, well, I did nearly beat Barrios and you said you would install me as the mandatory. Or Puello could say, well, you actually did install me as the mandatory. So there's a case for you.
Yep. And actually, fuck it. They should create another belt. This is what they do. Create another belt.
Shocking. WBA.
15-minute title, call it that.
Almost as shocking as Ed firing back at Ellaby. I'm 100 times bigger than you. What are you? Nothing. Ellaby says his whole mantra, I'm going to take over boxing in America, completely backfired. If he were for the sport and was responsible for building a team and give a $1 billion budget and it completely failed his ass, so if he's a general manager, he would have been fired. He's got a different kind of privilege, though. 100% Len going in.
Absolutely love it. Fucking love it. There's nothing Hearn won't lie about, actually, isn't there? There's nothing. Absolutely zero. And Ellerby's got, like, what he's had, like, I don't know what his actual role is, but he's basically either front and centre or working behind the scenes in the past. But I'm sure he's been involved in probably the 4 or the 5 biggest pay-per-views in history of boxing. right? What's Eddie done? Fuck
He's
all.
doing his
Evening
best,
Ed.
Andy. He's
Doing
doing
his
his
best,
best.
mate. Aye. No fights for him though.
He's done
He
a
tried-
decent job losing some weight. Gotta give the guy some credit there. He's lost a few pounds.
Well, I think Ellaby runs Floyd's company, doesn't he? I think he.
Mhm.
Aye,
He's
so there you
CEO,
go.
isn't he?
Aye, CEO. So there you go. CEO and Mayweather Promotions. As I said, the Pacquiao fight is the biggest pay. I'm sure is it still is biggest pay-per-view fight in history. I think
Mm-hmm.
speaks volumes.
Rob
Speaks
finds
volumes.
this all very appalling.
Rob's disappeared off. Rob wants to get back on DAZN ASAP so he can see Jaime Munguia against Jimmy Kilrain Kelly.
Fucking honestly, Kelly. Who did he beat now? He had that kind of upset one. Who was it against?
Kanat Islam, wasn't he?
Kana Islam. That's right. Jaime Munguia. He beat Spike O'Sullivan in his last fight. I think. Or was it 2 fights back? That's
Yeah, in his
shite,
last
though.
fight he beat Rosado, I think, didn't he,
A
Munguia?
fucking golden boy, man. I was reading something as well last week that DAZN have actually re-upped Golden Boy's contract, and they actually mentioned, the headliners of his stable is Jaime Munguia, who was the other one? Virgil Ortiz, who's no fucking fighting, and I forget the third person at this point. But yeah, it's just that's trash. That's fucking awful, that fight.
All over the place. Michaela Mayer says, I got a flat tyre last night and a man pulled over to help me fix it. I took him to dinner to say thank you and he told me his story. He just got out of jail and someone had got rid of his dog. He went to the Humane Society together and this morning got him and his companion back together. Oh, isn't that nice, Matty? What an amazing virtue signal wrapped up in a lie.
Yeah, it is. Maybe she did a really, really nice thing. It'd be right if she's like really, really nice and really, really attractive. What a rare combination. I'd like to think this is true, Steve, because I'd like to think in the better of humanity.
So you can take me to dinner.
I can't wait for the end of it where he comes back and kills her.
At least we all know it'll be true. Chris Primetime Colbert going in on Jamel Herring. You need to stick to your military service instead of boxing. Tags in Jamel Herring as well. I'll tell you what, man. You think
He's got
Colbert
some
would be
nerve.
keeping a low profile after his last fight?
Exactly. He's got some fucking nerve, hasn't he? Little fucker. He's
Oh,
Herring
dear.
made the most of his career. That bum fucking can't even properly make weight.
At least Jamel Herring tried to win his fight, you little pussy backfoot bitch.
There we go, Rob. Going in.
I thought that was
Chris
Dillian
Lloyd.
White's ring walk.
Chris Lloyd, man. Fucking hell.
Chris Lloyd, Smith and Buatsi are somewhere clear of the field now. No disrespect.
Fuck off.
Can I say that
Yeah.
I'm glad that Chris Lloyd's got me blocked on Twitter, so I didn't need to read his pish, man. Really, that
He has
fucking
me
hell.
blocked as well, but you can manage to just about cut them, can't you? If they're like in the quote or something like that, I think.
No, I don't think you can actually. To be honest,
Can you
with
not?
you.
Maybe he's blocked me, but not the asylum. Maybe that's what it is.
Possible. I've got to ask the guys to send me screenshots if
Oh,
if
right,
I see
right,
his link come up.
I don't even know who he is. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. What he says.
He's a league commentator for the DAZN from time to time, is he not?
Mhm.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Rob, this is the guy who told us fighters don't pull out of fights because he'd done a lot of tape work for the last week. What was his name, Steve? Who was the fucking fighter?
It was the Buatsi when he was supposed to fight Vlasov, wasn't it?
Is that what it was? Aye, but
Yeah.
actually wouldn't have pulled out of that fight because I'd done all my research, so
Wouldn't waste my time like that.
No.
No.
Fucking twat.
Here's one for you, Rob. Spencer Fearon getting into the metaverse. Meta visionaries.
Can you imagine him fucking selling that shit, man?
Can you imagine him getting a flight to America anytime soon? Because I can't.
Sonny Edwards, did you see him?
I'd be hesitant getting involved in that business venture for the moment if I was you.
Your sound's kind of crackly.
Yeah,
Bit, mate.
I think it's your mic or something, Rob. I know my connection's not the best, so maybe it's me.
No, I think it's Rob. It sounds like Morse code.
Could be the metaverse fucking trying to infiltrate me. No, I was saying I'd be cautious about getting involved in that business venture at the moment myself. Fucking hell.
Right. Okay. So, do we think we have another one? The Nutter League? No, we've gone through the Nutter League.
Sonny
haven't we?
Edwards, you know got that one, mate? No.
I haven't got
Might
Sonny
have seen
Edwards. Somebody sent me this one, by the way. The WBC is, I don't know if this is a spoof or not. The WBC is proud to be an LGBTQ plus ally and support the World Gay Boxing Championships. I don't know whether that's from a legitimate website source or not, but
That's the BBC website, but looks at it, mate.
somebody sent it in for Value of the Week. I don't know whether we're allowed to announce that or not, but there you go. It's up anyway.
Don't know if I'd watch it on a Saturday night now, but check for the results.
Is it a slapping contest?
I'm not sure what's going
I have a feeling the event will be fabulous.
So Orlando Cruz taking part.
Maybe we should leave the boys where they are. Right, yeah, and I've got Sonny Edwards up for this one, Andy, but if you have any to throw in, then feel free, go ahead.
Yeah, so Sonny Edwards was, I get an interview. I need to sit and watch it again, but there was a couple of clips. I think it was Ranger Rollins had actually clipped it and put it out there. I think he'd been asked a question about flying to America for a fight, and he says, Sonny, he does this kind of mad thing with his fingers. He says, I don't think I'll be going to America anytime soon. So I don't know if that's like a tacit like admission that he's actually on the ban list. Which I'm still waiting for that 600 names to get released just for the banter and that. But yeah, I thought that was quite funny. Eddie for saying that, look, I'm 100 times bigger than Leonard Ellerby. What are you? You're nothing. This just goes back to the ego. You know, like Eddie sees himself as some sort of kind of franchise, shall we say, that he's like some sort of personality in the boxing. He's a fucking promoter. His job is to get fights made, promote the events, shut the fuck up, and just speak when all the fight's happening. But as I say, he's just full of fucking shit, man.
The worst is the fanboys in the comments for Hearns. They're all like on the IFL video, like, yeah, Eddie's got him on strings, got Ellerby on strings, he's living in his head. No, Ellerby's telling the truth. That was true what Ellerby said. Everything he said was true. Like,
yep. Probably just one more for me, mate. It was the Mauricio Suleiman was calling out the WBA for not honouring their sanctioning body agreement. I think it's something to do with the Josh Taylor situation getting stripped of his belt. Suleiman was kind of like moaning that the WBA had violated the sanctioning body agreement because the WBC mandatory challenger Jose Cepeda was next in line to fight Josh Taylor. So as I says, beef behind the scenes, but who gives a fuck about the bodies at the end of the day? So yeah, that's it for me, mate. But I'm kind of sliding towards I'm trying to remember who that vote was for again. Actually, now come back to me.
Okay, Matty, any from you, please? Any nominations, Matty?
Oh, yeah, I have Al Bernstein, who during the Elvis Gomez Jorge Cota fight said Gomez is ranked number 5th. Then I got referee Tony Zino in the Luis Nunez Jonathan Fierro fight, who at the end of the 10th round, when the fighters came together to celebrate a good fight, pulled them apart and said, "It's not over yet." The referee unaware fully of how many rounds that the fight was going to be contested over. And finally, I would like to nominate another referee, Manuel Oliver Palomo, for his absolute shit performance in the Kerman Learaga fight. Just absolute bias, missing the knockdown call, just pathetic performance, horrible officiating. So those are my 3.
Brilliant stuff. Rob, any from you, please?
no, nothing apart from Eddie's response to Leonard Ellerby, really.
Right, let's go over them very quickly then, including the ones the boys just threw in there. Fraser Clark's anyone to be the next Johnny Nelson. We've got Bill.
Oh, hold on.
There
had one more. One of the Liams. I'm sorry, I got my device away from me. Nominated his friends at the pub for saying that they thought that Mike Tyson is the greatest heavyweight from the 90s onwards. So the boys from the pub get a nomination.
No nomination for the boys from the pub. We'll have to get them a trophy each if they end up winning, but they'll have tough competition.
I had one. Sorry, I had one for AJ Matchroom Boxing. They've done a tweet, haven't they? And they said, "Announcement soon come." Really teasing the life out of this announcement, had they?
I'd heard that fight's getting pushed back to the autumn, but we're waiting to see.
Dude, that's some rough shit when they're having to hire Isaac Lowe to do their fucking social media.
The bomber dragged out of retirement last night. We've got Frank Smith. We've got Fat as a Pig Dave Allen. Isaac himself on social media duty there. We've got Savannah Marshall. We've got Ebbs and all of her many fans. We've got the WBA, Eddie again. We've got Golden Boy for making that shit fight. Michaela Mayer for a little speech. Chris Primetime Colbert. Chris Lloyd. Spencer Fearon out in Meta Visionaries Meta Universe and the WBC Gay Championships, and Tyson Fury as well for wandering around wherever he was drunk. Who are you going for, Matty? Episode 475.
I think I got to go for Fat as a Pig there.
Oh, Dave Allen?
Yeah.
Well, he's not been active lately in the ring, but at least he's working out in the back garden. So, nomination from you for David is?
Yeah, there you go. He's my pick.
I don't know, like,
Brilliant.
it's the size of him, but actually, he's fucking. One ring will be active, and it'll be his fucking farter.
Who you going for,
Size
Matt?
of that, man.
Andy, who you going for?
I'm going for a WBA interview, 15-minute interview. I think that's fucking tremendous fucking bullshit, man. Honestly, see if that was me, I'd have done my video full bullet naked, standing there in the middle of the camera. Just says, give me my fucking shot, or I'm going to show you my dick. That's what we'll fucking do.
Yeah, I can imagine that you wouldn't interview well.
You just see
Maybe
Gilberto
Ian.
then doing his hand like a snake and going, "You've charmed me. You've you've got the title shot."
Right, Andy's going for the WBA. Matty is going for Dave Allen. Rob, who are you going for?
Dave Allen, man, fucking Dave hasn't had a W for a while, has he? Like, so we might as well get this one. And I know Ozzy would have fucking gone into full meltdown mode if he had been here. So I'm going to take Ozzy's vote and give it to Dave Allen.
And for what it's worth, I was going to go for Bill Ben with his thinning crown area, but unfortunately, it's not enough to get the Bellew of the Week this week. That has been won by Dave Allen himself, the White Rhino. You are the Bellew of the Week for episode 475. Congratulations, Mr. Allen.